When it comes to weddings, everyone has the highest of hopes. But unless you have unlimited funds, it's I do, but at what cost?
Forget the programs then. Get rid of the programs and the menu card.
Define fine.
But
5,000 over budget spot.
I have a good term. We're comfortably over.
I am not willing to pay one more dollar towards this wedding.
I'm not okay right now, though. I need to calm down.
Weddings are preparation. Weddings are anticipation. Weddings are financial temptation. Meet newlyweds Jen and Matt. Every step they took towards the altar was an emotional clash over Jen's never-ending desire to spend Matt's cash. And at the end of the show, we'll uncover whether or not their big day left our couple buried in debt.
My name is Jennifer. I'm 26 years old and work as a policy analyst. When Matt and I first met 9 years ago, I didn't give him a second look, but he persisted and I eventually gave in. On our first date, Matt told me I would fall in love with him, and I did. Matt's a property manager and I hope he is saved enough to make my dream wedding a reality. This is the story of how we nearly killed each other on the way to the altar.
I thought everything ended up looking perfect. All the headaches, all the nightmares, all the arguments, it all culminated into an absolute great evening. The wedding planner was definitely an asset to this wedding if I was ever to get involved in another wedding or...
With comments like that, it was a good thing wedding planner Angelique Sobchak was on hand to cover Matt's assets and keep an eye on his expenditures.
As a wedding planner, my big focus is to keep them on budget and give them creative ideas and be the buffer between the bride, the groom, and the families. So Matt and Jen, I hear we've got a wedding to plan. How are you guys doing so far?
We're doing okay so far.
I would have to disagree with that.
Tell me your vision for the day.
I would say we kind of don't really have a very great vision exactly.
I mean, are we going high end? Are we going middle of the road? Are we looking for something that's going to be very elegant?
We want something elegant.
Are you going to have a large wedding? What do you have already?
240.
240.
We had a budget for everything. However, spending 85 to 90% of our initial budget on the venue obviously left us very, very short for all of these other items.
You were talking about flowers, and you said you didn't have any idea about flowers. Have you ordered flowers?
We put a deposit down.
You just put a deposit down and you didn't order any flowers?
Well, we kind of told them where we would need flowers.
But did you select a flower?
No.
That has to be done right away. You need to select something. Overall decor. Some people want swags. They want special lighting.
What are swags?
The ceiling swags. They hang from the ceiling, and they're just fabric. It just gives a nice feeling. It looks nice, feels nice.
You better get a part-time job.
That sounds nice.
Well, the deal is I'm not spending any more money, so you can go to town.
I will be contributing some. I'm saving right now. I haven't contributed any yet.
How's your cake? Do you have it already ordered and ready?
No.
Your wedding is in 5 weeks?
Yeah.
Do you have anything in mind?
Nothing.
5 layers, 3 layers?
Enough layers so that every single person who wants a piece of cake gets a piece of cake.
Is it served for dessert?
No.
Remember, not everyone's going to eat cake late night.
I've tried to explain that to her.
Your wedding cake, I don't think needs to be as big as you're intending.
I have to agree with that. I think that we should really scale it back.
I know that I like chocolate after a meal. I would like to have a chocolate fountain.
There's not going to be a chocolate fountain. I am not willing to pay one more dollar towards this wedding.
I was told that I'm supposed to enjoy the planning of my wedding.
I think when you have a wedding planner helps you kind of with your timelines and checklists, which is what I'm going to do, but I'm also going to get on you, Jen. There is going to be things where I can't call on your behalf. I cannot walk in and pick your flowers, and I'm going to give you a checklist and a to-do list of things that I want done by
don't give her lists. She hates
What?
lists.
I don't like lists.
Oh, really?
Lists and budgets.
I like
I
to keep
live
it
by
up
lists
here.
and budgets.
So does he.
There's a lot we have to do. And really, it's going to depend on your budget. We're in a very tight timeline, and that means prices are going to have a tendency to go up. So at this point, I'd like to get your budget.
I have the budget. It's right here. This is the firm budget.
Remember, it's I do, but at what cost?
This is it. This is it.
This is the pre.
That is a firm budget.
This is the budget for now. This is the firm budget for now.
Why have a budget
Those are
then?
two contradictory
This
terms.
is currently the firm budget.
And tomorrow?
Firm budget that.
Right. So this
Tomorrow.
is the budget.
That is a budget.
Tomorrow, yes,
Right.
but the next day may be different.
Any penny that gets spent over that budget, it is not coming from me. I'm not negotiating $1 from that.
This is it.
Yes?
Okay.
Coming up,
I don't have any money left. I am broke.
I don't really have
Broke.
We had a very traditional wedding cake. I think it was 3 or 4 tiered. Do you remember? I can't remember.
No, but I remember that I don't think it was all real.
when it comes to shelling out cash for your special day, sometimes commitment comes at the cost of compromise.
I am not willing to pay $1 more towards this wedding.
After all, it's I do and not, do you have a clue? At the end of the show, we'll reveal the final tally of Matt's concessions at the price of Jen's negotiations.
Angelique and I went to the bakery together to decide on what cake to get. I need a beautiful wedding cake. I think something like the chocolate filigree would be one that I would like. It's kind of modern, but it's also very classic and elegant. And we would need 4 tiers, I think.
How many does each tier, how much does a 4-tier feed?
About 150, 175, and that's a nice, generous piece. If you're having 220 people, we can cut slightly smaller pieces, and you'll have plenty of cake.
But I'm just wondering, I mean, if we went with a 3-tiered cake,
Yes.
would we still have enough to feed 220 people a small piece?
I wouldn't want it to be obvious that, oh, I guess they had to cut corners here. That's why I'm getting such a teeny tiny little piece of cake.
How much is the 4-tiered cake, full cost, with the extra icing, that filigree icing?
The cake itself in the rounds is $630, and then we're talking about another $75 on top.
If Matt's not happy with the cake and the cost of the cake, I'll really just say, suck it up, buddy.
How much would delivery be?
$15.
Another marginal cost increase, $15.
So we're at $720.
Yes.
Which is way bigger than 300. What is Matt gonna say?
When do we have to tell Matt?
I wouldn't have even ordered a real cake. I would have got a fake cake. I said I don't recall anyone ever seeing or eating the cake that was actually at the wedding.
Angelique and I had to return to the venue because I hadn't seen it since I'd first booked it.
This is where all of your guests are going to come in, and we'll start with your cocktail reception. Okay. This is the Centennial Ballroom. This is where your dinner and dancing will be. Woohoo!
Oh, this is stunning. You and I, didn't we talk about ceiling swags? Mm-hmm. It will not work in this building.
Swag would be a really nice accent.
But you're gonna cover all the lighting.
And on top of that, there's only one person who can get on a scissor lift in this building to swag the ceiling. You're looking at least $4,000 or $5,000.
Oh, please say no.
Okay, I'll say no to that one.
Good choice, Jen. Looks like the price of swaggering at this place is staggering.
I think I want a lot of flowers. Maybe we can go somewhere really cheap for those.
Flowers, unfortunately, aren't cheap.
No,
And they only
not.
last 3 days is the worst part.
That's right.
Maybe we can go to a graveyard.
I can't believe you just steal somebody's.
I'm just trying to think of where we can get them for really cheap.
She's kidding, right?
Oh my God.
Anyways,
I've never heard that before.
Neither have I.
I never thought
It's
I
a
would say
first.
that, but now I'm getting desperate.
Luckily, the only thing Jen and Matt put down recently was a deposit on their flowers.
The deposit that we put down on the flowers was kind of shot in the dark. We just knew that we needed to get flowers, and we found this place that we liked. So we just kind of handed her the money and didn't go back and look at anything until Angelique came along.
What we agreed before, I want to just, remind you.
Sure,
Okay.
okay.
Unless you want to change your mind, we still have a little bit time, but this weekend we have to make a final decision,
Okay.
and that's it because we have to order the flowers.
Okay.
So basically, what we said before, 1,541.
Now, what Matt told me was to be spent on flowers was only $900.
This is me being Matt in his reaction to the flowers being over budget. Jen, do you have a second job that you haven't told me about yet?
is there anything peachy?
Because the colors are kind of greens and peaches, right?
Oh, yeah, that one. That one's so pretty.
I also like that for the use for the boutonnieres.
As a... No, because they're wearing some kind of a pink.
When did you order pink for the guys' tuxedos? I didn't know that. We can't use peach. Then let's keep it whites and greens.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, my God. Why did I let them pick pink? Oh. Now what about all of the peach stuff that we have, though? The centerpieces are peach.
Oh, no.
I know.
So, in the end, did everything turn out peachy?
I was very happy with the flowers.
They look beautiful. It was another marginal increase.
Another marginal increase.
Which come together to make a large increase.
A large marginal increase. The chocolate fountain was the one thing on our list that was kind of like a dream item.
The one thing?
Well, one of the
many.
So guys, I hear you're looking for a chocolate fountain for your upcoming wedding?
I'm looking for a chocolate fountain, yeah.
She is, not me.
Matt's not sure, but I hope that what we see now will convince him.
What kind is this right here, just out of
This
curiosity?
is milk chocolate.
That's the milk chocolate, yes.
It's quite milky, I will give you that.
The way it works is, for the $400, you'll get the fountain, and that includes our premium chocolate and the attendant.
He's just coughing on the croissant.
Oh, it's the cookie, yeah.
Yeah.
The dipping items, it's $400 plus $1.50 per person. So if you
So
have
it's $400 plus the dipping items. So we're paying for $206, and if only 50 people dip, I still pay for the $206?
Exactly.
I think...
Come on.
Okay.
I want to talk to you. Here.
Uh-oh, this can't be good.
We are so over budget right now. You don't
Yes,
know.
I do.
Forget the programs then. Get rid of the programs and the menu cards. We don't need those.
Get that. I'll go on the mic and tell people what they're eating. I'm not even kidding.
No, that's stupid. Every wedding
You
has...
just keep
Every
adding,
wedding
adding,
has that.
and adding. See this? I'm gonna jump off this.
No, every wedding has the programs... The programs...
Not everyone at a wedding has a chocolate fountain.
Under what condition will you think about it?
Let's go in there, tell him, give us his best deal, and give us 24 hours to think about it. I'm not signing or giving him a dime right now. I'm not.
I don't have any money left. I am broke.
I don't really have any either.
Broke.
Why are we even wasting his time?
You are the one who brought me here.
You like it.
Wait a second. You are the one who brought me here. It was your idea. So don't tell me I'm wasting his time.
Okay.
You brought me here, your idea. I came here because I love you. All we need is 24 hours.
Are you going to think about it, though?
I will think about it in the 24 hours. If we can find someone to pay for it in the 24 hours, we'll get it.
It was paid for by my mother, so it worked out great. And we had a couple people putting their hands and other appendages into it. It was a little bit amusing, I would say.
Coming up.
I'm gonna say you're over.
Okay.
You're over by 13%.
I have a good term. We're comfortably over.
I bought a new suit for my wedding. It was a dark suit, and it...
You look very nice in it, too.
Well, I hope so.
When you're putting together a wedding, sometimes it's hard to keep your budgetary scramble from becoming a squabble.
Every wedding has that.
And adding. See this? I'm gonna jump off this.
At the end of the show, we'll let you in on the fallout of Matt and Jen's financial cliffhanger.
When Angelique told us our budget was all over the
no
place,
surprise.
I felt fine about it. I would have been more surprised if our budget was anywhere near what it was supposed to be. I wasn't uncomfortable with the out-of-control budget.
Story of my life. Story of my life.
This is where our budget stands so far. I've worked out your numbers. I've had some time to go over everything. I'm gonna say you're over.
Okay.
You're over by 13%. Other than that, you're fine.
Define fine.
But we're-
5,000 over budget's fine.
I have a good term. We're comfortably over.
5,300. Jen's gonna write you the check or give you cash tonight. We're in great shape.
You also have to look at this as your wedding, and there were some areas that you were very persistent on having, and that is where you went over. Well, I'm assuming you both made decisions on the venue.
We did make decisions together.
You've known us for a
And
while. You know
don't-
that you don't use the term we that loosely.
It's just intuitive. You know this is it.
Right.
I haven't felt that with Matt yet, but I'm hoping I'm going to get that feeling in the next week or so.
I was able to cash out $4,700, and there is absolutely not a cent of money left in the bank account whatsoever. I don't have any type of respect for saving or investing. I just think it's a torturous process, and you have money that you can't use. It's not fun, and I don't plan on saving or investing like that again.
Jen gave me $5,000 as we agreed upon for the wedding. We're still gonna be short when it's all said and done. And how we're gonna pay for it at this point looks like it's gonna be me.
The morning of the wedding was one of the most fun parts of the day because everyone was milling around and there was so much excitement in the air. I felt really happy that my parents were gonna pay for the dress, but I also kind of would expect them to because I'm an only child and a little bit spoiled, so I was expecting it, but happy.
Okay.
Oh, Jen.
Oh, isn't she beautiful?
You look gorgeous. Look at that. You're gorgeous.
Mom, don't cry.
You're gorgeous, Jen.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
But remember, you still got, how many hours to call it off? Oh, no.
Or in Matt's case, one big happy hour.
You want another beer? It could be a rough walk down the aisle at this pace, buddy. Let me tell you.
Walk? More like a stagger. No wonder Matt was trying to save money. He needed enough for his beer supply. Good thing the designated driver was in the budget.
Fire up the pre-gamers, boys.
Yes.
Coming up.
No tears, no tears. No tears.
I can remember that on my wedding day, I cleaned house all day until it was pretty shiny.
When it comes to weddings, it's all about balancing your taste with your finances. After all, it's I do, but at what cost?
I don't have any type of respect for saving or investing.
No matter what the budget, is it ever enough? Soon, we'll find out how much of an economic bite Jen and Matt's wedding took out of their bank account.
I was just overcome with the whole moment, the beauty of her, the beauty of the ceremony and the pews and just everything. It was a very, very...
overcome with the beauty of the pews?
Pewbows. It was just a very moving...
You were overcome with the beauty of the pewbows? I'm stepping on the dress. Oh, that can't happen. No tears, no tears, no tears. No tears. As soon as I heard the bagpipes, I started feeling like it was more like a funeral and not like a wedding. I was overcome.
You're okay. You're all right.
I'm not okay right now, though. I need to calm down.
You will calm down. Focus.
Oh, God.
Think beyond. Think beyond today.
Oh.
Think beyond.
Oh, okay.
See? Works.
I will love you and honor you all the days of my life.
Take this ring as a sign of... Should I start over?
Can I start over now?
Yeah, start over.
Okay. Matthew, take this ring as a sign of my love and fidelity.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. Just... That's rock and roll time. Ready? Rock and Thank you very much, buddy.
We're diggity dog. How's it going, buddy?
And from exit to entrance, it was on with the show. Ready?
Okay, sorry. Let's go. Jenna.
After all the fighting, it looks like everything paid off.
Right now, I'm feeling absolutely terrific. I married the girl that I love more than anything in the world. We're gonna take 3-4 days off and just try to capture all this moment in.
Try to procreate for
Try
the
to
next
procreate
3 or 4
for the
days.
next 3 or 4 days, and there's nothing more I could ask for. You, sweetheart?
I feel the same.
But will you be feeling so terrific when you see how much damage was done to pull off your perfect day?
The original budget that we handed to Angelique was $40,000.
The dress was a gift for my parents, and I thought it was beautiful.
The cake looked beautiful. It was displayed in a very poor place. However, I don't think many people saw it or had a chance to eat it, and it cost $730, a little high in my opinion.
The flowers and decor items were something we simply could not do without. They cost us $1,641.
The photographer, his fee was $1,700.
Angelique was the savior of our day. Without her services, I'm sure everything would have fallen to pieces. Her fee was $1,900.
The venue itself was great. Everything looked beautiful. They gave us great service, great food, and the total cost for the venue was $27,710.
The miscellaneous costs, including the DJ, quartet, and transportation, came to a total of $12,305. What we actually spent was $46,386, which was only $6,386 over budget, which really was just a marginal increase over our original budget.
It's over 10% as a material change almost. You'd have to state that in audited financial statements.
Our couple is ecstatic. Their guests are satiated and their budget blown. The only question left, who would put an appendage in a chocolate fountain?
I was a bit,
Hesitant?
sort of a little, no, not hesitant, no. Just thought, oh, kind of excitement then, you know? I think, oh, I'm going to be a Mrs. I'm not going to be a Miss anymore.
That's gonna leave a mark.